Hey everyone, and welcome back to 2.8, the space where we explore optimizing our time and mind for a more intentional life. Alright, let me start with a slightly weird confession. The idea for this specific episode, it didn't come to me while I was meditating or during some intense brainstorming session. Nope. It hit me while I was, let's just say, indisposed, on the toilet, to be totally honest. And I bet something similar has happened to you. Maybe not there exactly, but perhaps in the shower, or maybe while driving a familiar route, or doing something totally mundane like washing dishes. You're not actively trying to solve a problem. Your mind is elsewhere, and suddenly, the perfect insight, the creative solution, the connection you were missing just lands in your brain. It's the classic shower thought phenomenon. Why does this happen? Why do our most brilliant ideas often seem to ambush us when we least expect it, and often when we're least prepared to capture them? Is it just random luck? Well, today we're going to explore that. We'll look at the fascinating reasons why these moments of insight often happen in places like the shower, and more importantly, how we can move beyond just hoping for these flashes of brilliance. We'll uncover practical strategies to intentionally cultivate the mental state that allows these ideas to surface, essentially learning how to have shower thoughts on demand, anywhere, anytime. It's all about understanding and optimizing your mind. And stick around, because later I'll also mention a resource I created specifically to help you apply these ideas. A companion workbook to really personalize this process. So, what's the magic behind the shower, the long walk, or the mundane chore? It boils down to a few key factors that create a unique mental environment. First, relaxation. When you step into a warm shower or go for a gentle walk without pressure, your body's stress response dials down. Your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, gets activated. This physical relaxation translates to mental relaxation. The part of your brain responsible for tight focus and critical judgment, your prefrontal cortex, loosens its grip a little. It stops filtering out seemingly irrelevant or unusual thoughts quite so harshly. This creates an openness. Second, autopilot and diffuse thinking. Most of us can shower, wash dishes, or walk a familiar path without intense concentration. These tasks run on autopilot. This is crucial because it frees up your conscious mind. Instead of being locked in focused mode, like a spotlight intensely fixed on one thing, your brain can shift into diffuse mode. Think of it like switching from that tight spotlight to a broad roaming lantern beam. Your mind wanders, drifts, and starts making connections between different areas of knowledge and memory in the background. This is often where novel ideas emerge, from the collision of concepts that your focused mind kept separate. Third, there's likely a dopamine connection. Feeling relaxed, comfortable, maybe enjoying the simple pleasure of warm water or gentle movement can trigger a release of dopamine. We often associate dopamine with reward, but it also plays a significant role in cognitive flexibility and creativity. A little dopamine boost can make your thinking more exploratory and less rigid, increasing the chances of an ah moment. And finally, reduced sensory input. Compared to your busy desk or the constant stream of information online, environments like the shower often involve less intense external stimulation. There's noise, yes, but it's often consistent white noise. There's less visual clutter demanding your attention. This relative quiet allows the often quieter signals from your subconscious, the background processing to actually bubble up to the surface of your awareness. So, it's this powerful cocktail: relaxation plus autopilot mind wandering plus a touch of dopamine plus reduced external noise. That's the fertile ground for unexpected insights. Okay, understanding why it happens is fascinating. But the real power comes when we learn how to intentionally cultivate this creative state outside of those accidental moments. How do we optimize our minds for insight more deliberately? The core idea is to replicate those key conditions. First, leverage your autopilot tasks. We identified some of these in the workbook exercise idea earlier. Think about those simple repetitive activities in your own life: walking, driving familiar routes, chores like folding laundry or washing dishes, maybe simple exercise routines. Instead of always filling that time with podcasts, audiobooks, or mental problem solving, dedicate some of that time to intentional mind wandering. Let the task occupy your body or hands and consciously allow your mind to drift without a specific agenda. Notice where it goes. This is prime time for your diffuse mode to work its magic. You know, Personally, I try to build systems around this idea by simplifying other parts of my life. I tend to eat similar meals around the same time, often wear a pretty standard uniform of clothes most days. Why? Because every trivial decision you don't have to make frees up mental bandwidth. Less energy spent on what should I wear or what's for lunch means more energy available for deeper thinking or creative wandering later. It's about consciously reducing cognitive load. Second, engineer actual downtime. Our culture often treats doing nothing as laziness, but for creative insight, scheduled, unfocused downtime is essential. This is different from just stopping work to scroll social media. That's still input, often stressful input. We need moments of no demanding input. Schedule short blocks, 10, 15, 20 minutes, where you deliberately step away from screens and tasks. What do? Stare out the window. Seriously, let your gaze soften. Sit quietly and just observe your surroundings. Listen to instrumental music. Lyrics engage the language part of your brain differently. Take that slow walk without headphones for part of it. It might feel uncomfortable or unproductive at first, but you're creating the necessary space for your mind to breathe and connect. Third, use intentional relaxation cues. You don't need an hour of yoga, though that can help. Learn to trigger relaxation quickly, before tackling a creative problem or during one of those scheduled downtime breaks. Try box breathing. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. Repeat for just a minute or two. It's incredibly effective at calming the nervous system. A quick body scan. Close your eyes. Quickly scan from toes to head, consciously telling each part to relax. Releases hidden tension. Stepping into nature. Even just 5 minutes outside noticing trees or sky can lower stress hormones and shift your perspective. Using these intentionally primes your mind for that more open, receptive state. Fourth, optimize your environment. Where you are affects how you think. Feeling mentally stuck? Change your environment. Move. Simply moving from your desk to a comfy chair or another room can break a mental loop. Go outside. Fresh air and a change of scenery work wonders. Declutter. A clear physical space often contributes to a clearer mental space. Tidy up your immediate work area. Adjust sensory input. Experiment with background sound, silence, nature sounds, ambient music, or lighting to find what feels most conducive to relaxed focus or open wandering for you. And fifth, absolutely crucial, master the capture habit. This is the linchpin. All the brilliant ideas in the world are useless if they evaporate before you record them. Insights from the diffuse mode are notoriously slippery. You must have a frictionless way to capture them instantly. Voice memos. Perfect for when you're walking, driving, or your hands are busy. Just talk your idea out. Quick notes. App. On your phone, set up for fast entry. Maybe a dedicated widget. Pocket notebook. Always reliable, no batteries needed. Even a waterproof pad. If you truly are a shower idea person, the specific tool matters less than its immediate availability and ease of use. Make capturing ideas a non-negotiable reflex. Don't trust your memory, it will fail you on this. Now, putting all these pieces together, understanding your patterns, leveraging autopilot, scheduling downtime, using relaxation, optimizing environment, and capturing ideas, that's how you build your personal system for cultivating creativity. It takes practice and self-awareness. And if you want a structured guide to walk you through that exact process, step by step, that's why I created the digital workbook I mentioned earlier. It's called Your Personal Creative State Blueprint. It's packed with all the exercises we've touched on: the idea audit, autopilot inventory, mind wandering scheduler, relaxation menu, environment checklists, blockbusters, capture system audit. Everything you need to deeply understand your unique creative triggers and build your personalized system. And importantly, it's designed to be printed out. There are dedicated writing spaces throughout, making it a truly interactive, hands-on tool for you to work through. If you want to really solidify these strategies, I highly recommend checking it out. You can find it on the website 2.8.io, and of course the link is in the show notes for this episode. Website 2.8.io. Link in show notes. And while you're there, if you're looking for ongoing support, deeper dives into optimizing your time and mind, exclusive resources, templates, and a space to connect with others on this path, consider joining the Project 2.8 Members Club. It's our private hub for continuous growth. As a listener, you can use the code FIRST100 to get 50% off your first year of annual membership. That's limited to the first 100 people who sign up. All the details are at 2.8.io and in the show notes. So the next time you have a great idea in an unexpected place, smile. Recognize it not as random luck, but as evidence that your amazing brain found the right conditions: relaxation, wandering, openness to make a cool connection. The takeaway today is that you don't have to leave those conditions to chance. You can learn to understand your own mind, identify your personal triggers for insight, and intentionally create more opportunities for that creative state to emerge throughout your day. You can become the architect of your own aha moments. It's an ongoing practice of self-awareness and experimentation. Be patient with yourself, trust the process, and definitely capture those ideas when they arrive. Thanks so much for tuning into Project 2.8 today. I hope this gave you some valuable insights into optimizing your own creative mind. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and go create space for your next great idea.